What a great crowd. I appreciate everybody being here. This has been a long process, and in fact, I know when we started this process, I thought 12 years ago, I've been chief now for about 12 years, and when we started this process some 8 or 9 years ago, it was kind of my goal to see that the headquarters would get done. Now, I had promised, I know when the city manager was gracious enough to offer me this job, he said, I can remember like it was yesterday, he said, you can do 15 years, right? And I said, I laughed. I said, there's no way, 5 to 7. So here we are 12 years later, and this is a dream come true for me, and I know for a lot of people in the police department, and really for the city of Oklahoma City. So this building is only about 11% larger than the building we're in, but it's probably about 30% larger in space usage. I mean, it's actual usage, because there's so much in that building that you just really couldn't use. All the space was used in this building, and it's just it's very efficient, and it's going to offer us a lot of room for growth in the future. We built in growth. When you go in the building, you're going to see a lot of cubicles. It was built with open spaces, a lot of cubicles. Not every cubicle is filled. We added cubicles. So in the future we can add personnel somewhere down the line. And so what you see is you see a building that's really built to take us into the next 30 or 40 years.
MAPS was a concept where we came in and we made public investment, and strategically did it so private investment would follow. And I think MAPS is historic. It speaks for itself. And the concept for MAPS 3, put together by Mayor Cornett and the council, is the same concept. We put in strategic public investment. Private investment will follow, and we haven't seen the fruits of that yet, but we're sure it's forthcoming. But this part of town kind of follows the same model. 10, 12, 15 years ago, West Main, West Colcord, it wasn't the best part of downtown. And it started with the Film Exchange District and what was done down there, and that was partly set off with some streetscapes, some public investment in that area. And then you put in a new police headquarters, and you've got a new Main Street arcade on Main Street, and then we put a little public investment into a hotel, and we're going to have a new hotel in the old Fred Jones facility, and it's going to be just a tremendous difference in downtown. But it's really the MAPS model, where if you strategically make some public investments, the private investment will follow. And I think we've done a really good job with that.
When you look at the funding for this project, as we on the council typically do, you see a variety of funding sources. It started with the 2007 bond issue. It continued with the use tax that accompanied MAPS 3 in 2010. But we also relied on some of the 3/4 cent public safety sales tax, which passed back in 1989. And what I think is interesting, in each of those 3 funding opportunities, it took a vote of the citizens of Oklahoma City to once again step up and support public safety. And so you're talking about not just one generation, but going on 2 generations of people that believe in public safety and have continued the long tradition of supporting our capital projects. If we had public safety employees that didn't do their job responsibly, the citizens' support for these types of projects would be much harder to create. But because I think we've had so many responsible police officers and done a good job in this city of providing public safety, our citizens time and time again have shown their support for projects like this.